we start off with state news. New York State Governor Kathy Hochul has announced the launch of a new free hotline for those who test positive for the COVID-19 virus but don't have a healthcare provider. Now, all New Yorkers outside of New York City, regardless of income or health insurance coverage, who test COVID-19 positive are eligible to be evaluated for treatment by calling 888-TREAT-NY. New York City residents should also call 212-COVID-19. Governor Hochul stated, quote, "We've made real progress in our fight against COVID-19, but as new variants continue to spread, it's important to continue to adapt and expand our efforts to protect New Yorkers." In other news, politicians gathered in front of Bronx Supreme Court recently for the legislation regarding the January 6th insurrection. Our Bronx State reporter, Brittany Schuyler Albane, brings us the story right now.
Congressman Richie Torres, Bronx Borough President Vanessa Gibson, and Assemblyman Jeffrey Dinowitz gathered in front of the Bronx Supreme Court to pass legislation regarding the January 6th insurrection.
I'm introducing legislation that would require members to disclose their pardon request to the Congressional Ethics Committee.
Several U.S. lawmakers took part in the insurrection and attempted to overturn the 2020 election. They are now seeking pardons from former U.S. President Donald Trump. This new legislation will require the lawmakers to disclose their pardons to the Congressional Ethics Committee.
The disclosure requirement would not only apply prospectively to future members of Congress, but it also would apply retrospectively to the members of Congress who requested pardons in connection with January 6th.
The elected officials hope that this legislation will hold participants accountable for the horrendous acts that took place and ultimately ended in 5 fatalities.
Members of Congress must be held to a higher standard. This is an attack on our American democracy, on the fabric of this country.
Not only will this legislation hold lawmakers accountable, but it will also set a precedent for a peaceful potential transfer of power for the 2024 election.
So we have to do something to make sure, number one, that never ever happens again. And in the 200 plus years of this country, we've always had successful and balanced transitions of power.
Reporting for BronxNet, Brittany Schuyler Albane.
And thank you, Brittany. That is all the time we have for our Bronx updates, but we're not out of show. Stay with us. We got more right here on Open right after this.